Hello, everyone, and welcome back to season 4 of the SFEMA Council podcast. My name is Madeline Grossi. I'm one of the co-hosts for this season. And joining me on the hosting side today, we have Jackson Pretley, another co-host here at the podcast. And then today, we're super excited to have our first-year representatives from SFEMA Council as our guests today. So I'm going to throw it over to Jackson to begin introducing them.
Perfect. Thank you, Maddie. Yeah, it's gonna be a great episode. Finally get the first years on. They've had almost one semester under their belt, so we're gonna talk about that. So, I'm first gonna introduce Dylan. So, Dylan is from Ottawa, Ontario. So, during the COVID-19 pandemic, Dylan started streaming on Twitch to keep himself busy and to meet new people. As well as streaming, Dylan has written many articles for the website Puck Empire, which has led him to be attracted to sport media aspect of sport.
Amazing. And then next we have Zoe. Zoe's from Ottawa, Ontario. She currently holds a position with the Niagara Ice Dogs as a social media intern and Ringette, Ontario as a marketing intern. And this has led Zoe to having an interest in the marketing and social media aspect of sport.
And then we have Kendra as well. So Kendra's from Innisfil, Ontario, and Kendra has previously worked with the Barrie Colts and the Barrie Baycats as in-game production crew. She also currently works for Brock TV as a rinkside reporter for both the men and the women's hockey teams, and all of her experiences have led Kendra to being attracted to sport broadcasting in the future.
And last but not least, we have Ella, and she's from Sudbury, Ontario. Ella is currently a competitive bodybuilder and then has even started her own personal training company. Ella was also the vice president of the Lockerbie Athletic Association, and this has led Ella to be interested in personal training. So welcome, everybody. We're so happy to have you.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you.
All right, well, I'll get started here with the first question, and anybody feel free to jump in. So we've heard a lot about all of your background so far, but what are some of your future aspirations within the sport industry, like after sport management? I mean, you don't have to have an answer, but it's just something you're interested in.
I can go first. So growing up as a little girl who loved hockey and loved watching intermission interviews, I loved the interactions between a professional athlete and a reporter, and it truly stole my heart and kind of gave me that dream to go and chase that, and that I want that to be me aspiration. So saying that and having experience in the OHL, the IBL, and now the OUA, it truly has kickstarted where I want to go. So my all-time goal is to become a NHL rinkside reporter, specifically for the Boston Bruins, but I would be happy just being in the NHL. But as you can see, Boston is very much my favorite team. So it's definitely a goal to end up there. But I'd take any opportunity in really any big league as well. But I think that's a really big one for me. But also, I have a platform on TikTok that I use to share content about women in sports and just kind of try to inspire girls to go after their dreams. Because for me, I had the dream, I went after it. So I think that's been a really big part of my overall aspirations of where I want to be, is I want to continue to inspire girls of all ages, younger or my age, who are looking to start something and they want to know where to start, where this can go. So that's huge for me. I've at 18 being a university student and already having girls ask me where they should begin has been a huge motivator for me, because they believe in me as much as I believe in myself. So that really shows that dreams do come true. Yeah.
Amazing.
Yes.
Anybody else?
Yeah,
So
I
I'm
could
kind
kind of build off of what Kendra was saying. A little there, similar to Kendra, I think it's important for me, at least, to be able to inspire other women later on in the future. For me, more so in the gym community, it's important for me, if I get up there eventually, hopefully, my goal is to open up my own gym one day and to be able to inspire younger girls, that if that's what you want to do, working out doesn't make you masculine, it doesn't make you any less feminine, and if that's what you want to do, you should do it for you.
For sure.
I'm kind of similar to Kendra towards the media broadcasting ish side. My aspiration is to be a sports journalist, specifically in hockey, or an analyst. Excuse me, an analyzer, kind of on a panel type, TSN or Sportsnet. I mean, I do it voluntarily right now for Puck Empire, writing hockey articles and stuff. But I'd love to do it, professionally, and to get paid to do it and do it every day would be just a dream come true. Really, yeah.
Yeah, I'm also in the sports media side kind of too. With what I'm doing with the Ice Dogs right now, I do social media. So I post a lot of the stuff during the games, before the games, after the games. I help out with live tweeting, that kind of thing. So I've been really loving that. But I think for me in the future, it's just taking a step forward into marketing. So I'm hoping that in my 4th-year internship at Brock, I can get in marketing with Ottawa Senators. So I'm kind of in the same realm as Kendra with I want to work in the NHL and I don't really mind where, but obviously I would love to work with the Sens because they're also my favorite team. So yeah, just working up to that marketing internship, and then I'm hoping I can stay in there and hopefully get into a marketing coordinator role, and then eventually even maybe up to director of marketing for a NHL team would be like my ultimate goal.
No, for sure. You guys have a lot better ideas of what you wanted to do in first year than when I knew what I wanted. I came in, I was like, I have no clue. I just like sports. So that kind of goes into our second question. So why did you guys end up coming to Brock for the sport management? Was there something like that really like you saw, you were like, okay, that's the program for me, or just like kind of just applied and you guys got accepted and like, we'll go here?
Yeah, I think for me, it was mostly the 4th-year internship. I just touched on it, but I think it's just how well this program immerses you into the industry, because that's huge. Even what Kendra and Ella touched on as like women in sport, you don't see a lot of us, and it's tough. And so it's kind of like being a girl and being like, okay, I love sports and I want to do this for a living. How do I do this and where do I start? Finding the sport management program is like, okay, wow, that's all my classes are focused on exactly what I want to do. There's so many great opportunities even within the Niagara region that I've already discovered, and just using it to continue building your platform. And yeah, so I think for me, it was mostly just the opportunities in the 4th-year internship. The school just really immerses you so well into the industry, which is just so important, especially as women in sport. You just have to keep getting involved and keep pushing yourself. And I think it's just a really great program to do that in.
Yeah. And like I've personally heard so many things from family, past graduates, and even parents who all suggested the program. So I would agree with 100% what Zoe said. And it's just about the experience, all the opportunities. Like I know I've looked into an exchange as well, because I would like to go to the States just to build some more connections, but also do an internship, hopefully in the States maybe. But that's like really good opportunities and you just have to jump on them. So
For me, it was a bit different than why I chose to come here. For me, I was looking at Brock and then Laurentian because that's my hometown. And for me, the Laurentian program and a few of the other ones that were like sports management were more commerce based. So then you were doing more math related accounting, financing, and that wasn't really something I wanted to do. I wanted to be like strictly like sports based. So that's why I chose Brock.
I mean, I just love sports. I want to be in the sports industry. And I was debating between either here or a couple journalism programs. But I feel that it would be easier to get in here, make some connections, really network myself, to get easier into the sports industry.
Yeah, I mean, it's interesting because this year especially I've helped out at a lot of the Brock events and like the recruiting aspect. So at the university fair and at the open house here a few months ago. And it's really interesting because there's so many parents who come with their kids and they say like, oh my gosh, I wish I could have taken this when I was going to university, because like they're almost so amazed at how well our program has evolved that like they wish they could have taken it back in the day. So it's really interesting how big we've become and you know like how successful we are and how many big names have come out of our program. So definitely a good one that we've all chosen, and I think we're all pretty happy with it so far. But you know, you've been here for a few months so far. First semester's literally winding down in like 2 weeks. I can't believe it. But you've all been able to obviously get involved here at SFEMA Council. So first off, like that's huge. That's congratulations to you guys. But have any of you been able to get involved in Brock in like any other way, like maybe intramurals or a job or different clubs or anything, or something that you've already been involved here at Brock other than SFEMA Council?
I guess I can go. So, like we've already kind of discussed, but I work with the Brock TV for the men's and women's hockey team. That was something I've been personally reaching out to Brock TV for since last year. I've been taking the initiative to reach out to them to show them how bad I want that position. Coming off a summer of doing very good reports with the Barry Bay Cats and just feeling comfortable on camera, it really showed me that now I got to bring it into my favorite sport, so hockey. So getting that opportunity has been amazing. I'm learning a lot, and it's very nice to just kind of get that extra push into, like, Brock TV is watched by a lot of the students here. So, and who knows, maybe outside of school they watch it as well, so I can get extra recognition. But I've also done things with my TA for the Roma Soccer Club, just doing some of their social media and marketing. So that's really helped me as well. It's my personal.
Yeah, I think taking it on even just the less like work sport management side of things, I think as sport management students, I mean, we all love sports. Obviously, we love playing sports. And for me, I've always played competitive ringette. So I play in the ringette team here, which was a really great experience in first year because I get to meet a lot of girls who love the same thing as me. And then my roommate and a couple of my friends here, we did intramural volleyball, women's fours. And I mean, there were 2 divisions and we were in the lower division, but we did win our division, which was fun. So we got the shirts and I have the red backpack for ringette and stuff, which is all just super fun. So I've loved that so far.
Just flexing on everyone. I've been chasing
You're
one
gonna
of
get a
those.
red backpack for flag football. I'm convinced.
Oh, trust me, I'll do anything at one of those red backpacks.
Jackson, I don't know what varsity team you'd play on.
Whichever one will accept me.
Dylan, I saw you wanted to jump in there.
Yeah, I was just saying, I mean, I haven't done, as cool of stuff as Kendra done, but I've been primarily focusing on my academics, but I have enjoyed playing intramurals for hockey, and extreme intramurals has been fun, even though it's only been 2 weeks to kind of try out a new sport every week, stuff that, I'm not too familiar with, not just, basic sports like hockey, baseball, basketball type of thing, but they do a lot of cool stuff. Like I've seen handball and tuckball are coming up. Stuff that I don't normally get to play. So it's been fun to start that too.
I think too, like aside from like sports related stuff, like a good thing that I've been doing to get involved is just like our residence life like activities, like getting involved with my court and just hanging out with people in my court, making friends that way. And then also the events that Brock puts on, like the Sway Lee concert, the whole welcome week, getting involved, meeting new people that way has been really good.
And I know for myself, like Jackson and I are in different boats than you guys. So like we spent first year at home and we can't tell you guys like how much we're so upset about that. But
Just a little jealous.
Yeah, we're a little jealous. But I mean for myself, like last year when we came in, you kind of had to treat second year as your first year because it was our first time on campus. And I know I work in at the central equipment room, the cage, and honestly, like I wanted that job so I could meet people and just like see different faces and know some familiar people and like just have something to do other than school all the time. So like definitely. And then it's funny because I didn't join any intramurals last year because it was almost like just so much happened all at once. Like you went from at home doing nothing to like back at school, and I was just so overwhelmed. But we just joined intramurals, and after the first game, I was like, "This is so much fun. We have to do it every semester." So many good things to do at Brock.
No, for sure. So, as Ella like touched on, getting in like the Sway Lee concerts, type of events like that. So enough about like the school aspect. So we just want to know, with first semester coming to an end, I think it ends in about a week, 2 weeks. Who knows how many exams you guys have? So when first semester coming to an end, what has been like your best memory so far, not school related?
I would say having Hoko as a hockey game. As a hockey fan, I know a lot of us can relate to that was probably like an added bonus. Knowing how good Brock's team is, it was definitely a really cool experience, and it was nice to see how many people showed up. And that was just like a really fun event that I'm definitely going to remember and looking forward to in the future.
I felt Brock really put together a really good welcome week for the first years. Like moving from Ottawa, like about 7 hours away, Zoe was literally the only person that I knew coming into this. So it was so great how they put together so many events. Everyone was like so welcoming and kind, and like the paint party was really fun. There was just a lot of good ways to meet new people. I just met like a whole new community of people that I wouldn't have really been able to do without Brock's help. So that was really fun.
Yeah, I think I'm the same as everyone here. Like the welcome week was awesome, the hockey game was awesome. But I think like my biggest memory is just meeting all my new friends and stuff like that and being able to hang out with them. Like we all live pretty much in the same court, so it's awesome that I get to hang out with them every day and meet new people and stuff like that.
Yeah, I think it's the same for me on that one. I think just res life has been super fun too. Like, I think I'm the only one out of us first years who's in a double room. So, like, shout out to my roommate, Gabby. Like, it's been so fun just to have her with me, and she's in sport management too. And we go to all our classes together. And I think it's just meeting new friends here is so important. Like, looking back on first semester, if I didn't have her and all the other friends I've met, like, I genuinely don't know what I would have done. So, I think it's just all your friends and like your roommates that'll just stick with you for the rest of your university. It's just like a great thing to have.
Again, jealous, by the way.
Just
But
has to-
I mean, like, it was fun. In first year, Jackson and I, like, fun fact, Jackson and I were both first year reps. I don't know if we said that.
we did.
But yeah, we were first year reps. So like that's how Jackson and I met. And then like last year, just like getting to school and like just knowing a few familiar faces, like that was good too. But we've talked about, well, obviously sports a lot, and obviously Zoe plays on the ringette team. But if you could choose one varsity sport at Brock other than ringette, Zoe, and everybody else, because you're not on a varsity team, if you could choose one varsity sport team here at Brock, who would you play for and why?
It's a tough
I'll
question.
go first. I would want to be on the varsity cross country running team. For me, throughout all of high school, I was a cross country runner, and I made some of my best memories on the cross country running team. I made all my friends were on that team, and it's just a fun environment. I mean, the races are just such a good environment, so I think that would be something cool. Except for the university races are extremely long, but other than that, it'd be fun.
Am I allowed to say like a club team or like specifically varsity?
You can say a club team.
You can see whatever you want.
I'm gonna say this because like not a lot of people know this about me. I was a competitive horseback rider for 7 years. So I would definitely choose to be on the equestrian team, just because I rode since I was 4, and I would definitely want to get back in the ring and represent Brock. So that is something about me that not a lot of people know, but now they do.
Equestrian gets red backpacks. I have
They
seen
do.
them around.
I've
So-
seen them.
I've seen them.
Yeah.
I would say probably hockey for me, even though
I knew it.
know,
I knew it was coming. I knew it.
I mean, it had to be. It's definitely the best I am at a sport, but compared to those guys, like watching them has been really fun. They're amazing. So I don't know. I'd take like a water boy spot on that team, I guess.
They need an equipment manager.
Oh, that's true. I did see that listing actually in the SPEMA listings. Yeah.
Can I touch on ones that I'd want to play on if I wasn't on the ringette team?
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
You
Okay.
can't say the ringette team.
Yeah, plug for the ringette team. I would not choose anything over it, but if I wasn't on the ringette team, some other season sports, I grew up playing competitive soccer, so definitely the soccer team, or even just like I was saying, I played volleyball intramurals, and the volleyball team, like especially the women's team here, like they're insane.
Very good.
Love watching it, and yeah, I mean, I could never ever be on that level, but I think that would be so cool too.
Maddie, what's your
Shout out. Oh, me. Darn, I didn't think I had to answer.
Oh, no, I want to hear your answer.
Like, I do think volleyball is really cool. I love volleyball. I played volleyball in high school, and I also grew up playing soccer. So soccer would be cool because sometimes I miss it because the last year I played was right before COVID, and then now I just watch it and
Me
like
too.
play. So I get a little bit of FOMO watching, but that would be fun.
Okay.
Jackson, come on. What's yours?
Well, I mean, we don't have a football team, so that's kind of what my go-to. So I guess I'll go with baseball because I mean I can't run. I'm very slow. I'm only like 5'10", so I can't do like basketball or volleyball because you have to be at least like 6'3" to play that sport. So
I
I
would
think-
pay to actually watch you in the basketball game.
well, I think,
That'd be good.
I'd purposely foul out in the first minute, so then I don't have to play and embarrass myself.
Yeah. But shout out, we've been talking about varsity sports for a while. So shout out to varsity sports here at Brock.
Shout out.
All season, regular season ticket or regular tickets for students are free. So anybody listening, when we share this, go with your friends, get your free ticket, go watch a new sport. It's so much fun. This weekend, the basketball teams are playing like two of the highest, like their highest competitors. So basketball games will be really fun this weekend. But varsity sports, use your free ticket, support the Badgers.
No, for sure. Again, free tickets. Can't ever go wrong with that. So just to end things, our last question for you guys. So we've talked about the team sports. Now we want to talk about athletes. So if you could spend one day with any athlete, dead or alive, who would it be and why?
I'm going to start this off.
I knew you would.
Nobody's going to be surprised by my answer right now. Like, no one watching, my friends, my family, Brock students. If you know me, you will not be surprised by my answer right now. But I'm going to back it up, and it's not going to be just a fangirl moment. So there are so many amazing athletes that I would definitely really, really want to meet. But I have to stick with the guy that I watched got drafted. I watched him play BU. I've watched him develop as a player the last 7 years. So overall, I have to pick the Bruins defenseman, Charlie McAvoy. I have sort of met Charlie, but like not really. I've met him through the glass, if that counts. Like, we have a picture together. It's over there. He gave me a puck. But I would definitely want to meet him, just because he's been the player that I've followed. I love him. I just love him as a player, a person, everyone knows my love for him. So I would definitely need to meet him and just have a conversation with him. But I don't know if I'd like cry or if I'd be like really, really happy. I'm going to Boston in February. So if I meet him, like, it's going to be all over my Instagram. It's going to be everywhere. And everyone's gonna be like, oh my God, her dreams came true. And I'll be like, yeah, but like, I don't know like whether to cry or not because I'm so happy. But he's just a person who, like, it was one of those moments when he took a picture with me. It's like, he didn't have to, but he did. He took 5 minutes out of his warm-up for me. And so for me, that just sticks with me. And it's definitely something I'll never forget. So for that, I really want to meet him and just like thank him for making my dreams come true, even though meeting him would be like more of my dreams come true. But yeah, Charlie McAvoy.
For me, I want to meet I don't know. I feel like so many hockey players are so like robotic and they have like almost no personality when they're doing interviews, when they're talking to media, when they're talking to people. So the one I want to meet would be Trevor Zegras. He just seems like so fun. Like I see all the stuff that he's doing. I mean, obviously he's revolutionizing the game with his, lacrosse goals all the time, but also he's just looks like such a fun guy to be around. Like whenever he meets people, he meets kids. He's talking to the media in practice. He's always like mic'd up. It always seems like he's having a fun time. I just feel like, I don't know, I'd have such like a fun day with him. I feel we'd be very, very alike, and I'd be able to really just have a good down to earth conversation with the guy.
So you're calling yourself a fun guy?
Yeah.
Okay.
For me, I would want to meet Ashley Kaltwasser. She's a 3-time Miss Olympia bikini winner. She's a female bodybuilder, and I think she has either 25 or just over 25 pro wins, which is insane because she's only like 33 years old. So I think just like talk to her and like talk about like her experiences in the industry and stuff like that, and even learn from her posing would be cool and stuff like, and just like that. And then I'd also want to meet Kobe Bryant. For me, he was so motivational the way he talked, and him as an athlete, he was so dedicated and his work ethic was insane. So I think just to talk to him about that would be super cool.
No, for sure.
I'm kind of in the same boat as Kendra once again, but I mean, you can see on my wall, but Brady Tkachuk, a little fangirl moment, all time. Favorite hockey player as a Sens fan, captain. I loved him before he was the captain, but I think it just goes with like the play I like to watch. Like he's a pretty like unique player. Like he has his own style of play. Everyone knows it, kind of a bruiser out there, gets the guys going, locker room guy. So I think just meeting him and honestly all the guys on the Sens, like I don't know if you guys saw when they put out like the who's most likely to on the NHL YouTubes and stuff, but I sat watching that video probably for like 2 hours. Just like the energy. I mean, even like working so closely with the Ice Dogs, like you have to have a certain like connection to all the players, and like, you gotta like the way the industry goes, and you gotta enjoy being around the players when it's so close like that. So I think meeting him, and I've met Tim Stutzel on Richmond Road. Shout out to Ottawa. It was super random. I just went up to him, but I think, yeah, Brady would be my all-time one for sure.
I mean,
Jackson, what's your answer?
So I mean, obviously anyone on the lines I would love to meet, but I'm gonna go with a little bit more of a recency pick. I'm going with Jason Kelsey, who's a football player for the Philadelphia Eagles. Me and my roommates are very pumped for his Christmas album. I've always watched his podcast now. He's a very energetic person, very outgoing. So I think me and him would have like a very good energy. And I would also kind of want to be on the Christmas album. So like,
oh, you want to be featured?
Oh, I do. I think the world just would want to hear me sing too.
Can we get a freestyle then?
I need the music in the background.
Someone pull it up. Someone pull it up.
We're not warmed up. Maybe at like a council function.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so next Thursday.
Maybe, let's see. But I have to get the vocals warmed up. So Maddie, who's yours then?
I'd say, I mean, I love hockey. I like a huge hockey fan, but I'd say I'd want to be Christine Sinclair. I grew up like just loving her as an athlete, and like she's just so cool. I find her amazing. And then I'm also super big into CrossFit too, because I did that at home, and I love watching the CrossFit games. And Tia Claire Toomey and Matt Frazier, they both won 5 times in a row, and they're like just insane athletes. So I think just meeting them and like following them on Instagram and just like seeing how they interact with everybody, I think that would just be, I'd melt. But well, we've had such a good conversation here today. We've gotten to know you first year reps so good. Jackson and I, from both of us, we'd like to thank you for joining us today, having this conversation. We're so happy you guys are adjusting to Brock. We're so happy you're part of SFEMA Council too. So thanks for joining us today. And if any of you want to say like some last few words or have the floor, it's up to you. But thank you from both of us. And the future is bright. That's for sure.
Yeah, I'll just say thanks for having us, and like plug for sport management at Brock. But if you're watching this and you're like, oh, I don't know, I kind of want to go, I'm not sure, do it. You will not regret it. I have not regret a single second here. I love it. And get involved. Go play some intramurals, join some clubs, join SFEMA Council. We've all only been here for just a semester, but I'm sure I can speak for everyone and say that it's been such a great experience. So yeah, big plug, but come to Brock for sport management and get yourself involved. It's great.
I'll add to that. I'll just say, if there's any girls, especially who are watching, and you're like, oh, like, but there's a lot of guys, like, what if I don't get a position? You have to put yourself out there. You have to get connected. You will accomplish anything you set your mind to. So sport management has really helped me. And honestly, once I got accepted, I worked even harder because I knew that I wanted to get all of my experience before coming here so that I can go up from there. So if you are coming to Brock next year and you're looking for experience, go get it. Go chase your dreams, because you will accomplish it. And Brock's going to help you as well. So, yeah.
I know a lot of the profs said like for the first couple of days of class that it was like the most diversity they've ever seen. Like they said that a lot of girls compared to previous years were in all the classes. So that's just, great to see. Exactly like you're saying, is that everybody should just put themselves out there and try and get in.
Yeah, I think just to add a bit more about Kendra, like, even if you are a girl coming here and you happen to be one of the only girls in your seminar, like I know I'm one of only 2 girls in my seminar, and just come and be confident. And everyone says get involved, and you really should. The more you get involved, the more friends you'll make, and having friends just makes the whole experience so much more fun.
Yeah, for sure. Girl power, but we still love the boys. The boys can apply too.
Yeah.
They deserve
Perfect.
a job in the sport industry too. But we love the girls. Go girls. Thanks,
this-
everybody.
This screen's a perfect representation. So 4 girls to 2 guys. So okay, well, thank you again. Good luck on exams, and we will see you guys soon.
Thank
See
you.
ya.
Thank
Thank you.
you.